I can still say fuck. We're not recording yet.
Yeah, Brian, this
so
is your
hi,
bad place.
welcome to Binge Buddies. Your host
This
always
is Brian's bad
Dressel.
place.
That's
Brian,
a good lead-in.
Brian is definitely in the bad place. Your host always Bryan Dressel. With me as always is Matt, Zombie Dog, Benjamin Franklin, Dykes.
Now he's the one who got electrocuted with the key, right?
Also notorious philanderer.
Oh, that sounds about right for me.
Sometimes mistakenly presumed to be a president of the United States.
That's because he's on our money.
Yeah.
One of the most famous diplomats. That's probably why he's on the money.
Did he dip his mat into a few things then?
I mean,
he got laid a lot.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the photos of him, it's like, man, that's a good looking dude. Right?
Really?
and those are
no one
ladies,
else,
so they're probably flattering, right?
Yeah, I know.
The flattering side of them.
How much alcohol have you consumed already, Brian?
I mean, this is just nothing but straight whiskey.
And that's his 7th one.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'm the only Benjamin Franklin stand out here.
I like your spectacles.
I just think of that episode
Or
of The Office where they
Brian
get
calls-
Benjamin Franklin actor for Michael's Bash.
Oh yeah. The real thirsty Benjamin Franklin act. No, that's
Was it Michael Douglas that did it for you? Is that what you're thinking?
oh definitely. No, it's the man himself. I'm just looking at the historical portraits. I'm like,
Has that show even came out yet?
I'm not sure. We also have
as Brian calls
Joel...
him, Benjamin Bouchika Wow Franklin.
God damn. We have Joel, I can't even pronounce his name. Johannes Gutenberg.
Gutenberg.
Johan.
Johann, that's why, because I can't look at words.
Okay,
we've already
Ryan, you seem
established
to
a
know who
breakdown.
he is, so
The
go ahead.
Gutenberg Press.
Oh yeah, inventor, printer. There we go. Yeah. Oh, now I'm embarrassed.
That's a net
Your history
good.
lover friend will save you.
I like history. I don't love it.
You just can't pronounce names or know who people are. It's fine.
I'm so annoyed that I have to give Ryan Buddah Lootens that nickname.
Now, it's funny because my favorite quote comes from a monk. So this episode.
Well, there we go.
This is not.
Is he a monk though?
I mean, he's dressed
He's a
as a
monk, damn it. And what he says is pretty philosophical.
Sure. So here we are. We're still trucking along in the good place. Nearing the end of season 1. We're on episode 11 out of 13. 11 and 12 today, I should clarify. We have I'm terrible at the names of these episodes. My motivation.
Nobody's nerf it.
Is that the name of it?
What's my motivation?
There we are.
Oh,
What's my motivation? Something about motivation. And then number 12 is
Joe just created a name for the episode. It's like,
Joe's just chucking them out. This makes sense.
I'm on IMDb right now, so
That's what I was going on.
you know, if I say something wrong with confidence, you won't know whether you're right or not. You'll have to stop and think about it first.
I mean, that's true. We did all like, oh, do we need to look that up? I mean, that didn't sound right, but he seemed to know it. Yeah. What's my motivation?
There you get them promotions.
What's my motivation? And Mindy St. Clair are.
And that almost was our title, right, of the show.
Yeah. Well, I had a lot of Mindy St. Clair titles. I had like halftime at Mindy St. Clair's. I had a lot of stuff that I was kind of working with, but no, they ended up not working.
That was a good episode.
Mindy St. Clair's is a very good episode. I love Mindy St. Clair. She's not in the show a whole bunch, but whenever she is, she's phenomenal. The woman's poor love of Coke.
I mean, she made me want to try Coke, the amount that she loved it.
You were high on Coke, weren't you? So high.
I was flying high, man.
Not the third rail I thought it would kill me, because
because that one would kill me.
But before we get to Mindy St. Clair, we'll get to that in the back half of the episode. We got to talk about what's my motivation. We got a very good mostly Eleanor-centric episode, at least in the good place. And the outside of the good place, we get a lot of Jason flashbacks, which is some of my favorite flashbacks pretty much always. And
his
you know,
death, oh my god, like
his
how
death.
he dies.
That was good.
It's probably my favorite death out of everyone in the show. Like, because Chidi's is kind of dark, kind of sad in a way.
Mhm.
Eleanor's is just kind of funny. We haven't got to Tahani's yet, so I don't want to spoil it. Hers is also kind of sad in a way. Jason's is just funny. He died in a safe with a snorkel, and he's only now realizing why it didn't work.
This realization of that, like that moment when he's sitting there, I realize why that doesn't work.
The best thing is I like did a bunch of whippets, which probably didn't help.
At least he died going out doing what he loved. A bunch of whippets. Oh, okay, we're at the end of the episode. Let's dial this back to the beginning.
Yeah.
So, real Eleanor, fake Eleanor, and the whole bunch have decided they need to figure out a way to try to get Eleanor to raise her point totals in the afterlife to prove how much better of a person she's become. Problem with that, everyone in the neighborhood hates Eleanor. Which leads to one of my favorite interchanges with Eleanor. Everybody hates you. Well, fork you too.
that was almost my favorite.
Yeah,
one.
that was a short list line.
Yeah, that's a good one. But they have to come up with
I
a
mean, to be
plan.
fair, with good reason. We have
Oh.
essentially an interview with the poor person who impacted with the turkey carcass.
I didn't know where my skin ended and the turkey carcass began.
I like that at this point they've dropped all pretense of pretending to be like a good place, like a nice place to be, because everybody now understands that she's the problem, and so suddenly it's like it's Knives Out for her. And nobody's pretending to be nice about it.
Well, but the best part about it is the nicety of the meanness. Like they're still smiling and saying hi, so they have that good place persona, but they are definitely laying it on pretty thick.
Well, I mean, they've been having a very rough, what was supposed to be perfect afterlife. I understand why they'd be a little salty.
Oh yeah,
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, I can see where they're coming from in terms of, like, this is the perfect afterlife. Oh my god, a turkey carcass has just exploded on my face. What the hell?
I mean, and it sounds gross.
Yeah.
But also very funny. I also like the other woman who's still mad at her about her dog getting kicked into the sun. I mean,
that wasn't even Eleanor's fault. That was
Eleanor didn't
Michael
do
who
it.
did that.
I was gonna say that.
I mean, granted, Eleanor's the reason there was causing problems that made Michael freak out, that made him kick a dog into the sun. So ultimately, the blame will land at her feet. But
and he brought it back anyway. He did. He then told her it didn't love her because it was just like,
To be fair, he offered her a new dog that would love her more than her old dog, and she didn't take it.
Yeah.
So that's
true.
Her.
But he did offer to give her a new dog by kicking this current dog into the sun again.
Back into the sun. Oh, this is a good show.
Go figure.
I'm glad it took you this long to figure that out.
Yeah, definitely only figured it out now. Yep. One thing that I do have to bring up in this episode is we've brought this up, I think, a lot throughout our binge buddies days. We here usually tend to like it when shows do a good pairing of characters, and this show's starting to do that a little bit more. And the pairing of Eleanor and Tahani is probably my favorite, just because of Eleanor's constant, just low hum. I'm into Tahani, like,
Yeah.
it's always just there a little bit.
And she says it every time out loud that she thinks it too. It's like she has no filter whatsoever about it. She always has to have it as an aside to what her main point is.
Is it these two episodes or the next one where it's like, I might be low-key like into Tahani or something?
No, when she's talking about each one, she goes with Tahani and her legs, her sexy legs that won't quit. She goes, I low-key might be into Tahani.
Just the look on Tahani's face whenever she brings it up, though, just like the very polite, like,
the very reserved British. Oh, I'm uncomfortable.
Oh, it's some good stuff. Let's talk a little bit about the Jason flashback, because like it ultimately leads to Jason's death. We're seeing what eventually got him killed, which is him and his best friend Pillboy, which I always forget the guy who plays Pillboy. I forget his name. Let's see, Eugene Cordero. I apologize for butchering your last name there. I've been a fan of him for a while. I used to actually go to this improv musical thing they used to do down at forgetting the name of it, that Upright Citizens, UCB Theater. They used to do this improv musical sting, and him and Thomas Middleditch were there every single week, and they'd put on these shows. They were $5 before either one of them really took off. He was hysterical. So I love seeing him pop up and stuff. And him as Pillboy is probably my favorite role of his, because him and Jason just have the best chemistry.
They really do.
Like them joking about like oh yeah, hang on, I'll be right back, I got diarrhea. Me too. Raise you best friends.
That was on my short list too. Still not my number one.
Well, that's what I love about like their relationships or their chemistry is that you can see right away why they are best friends.
Mm-hmm.
There's no kind of like thing like, oh well, you know, you see it sometimes where they're like, oh, this is my best friend, and you just kind of look at them and like, really? Like, you don't seem like you'd be a good pairing. But then with these, it's like, oh yeah, I get it totally.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
I can see why you two are best friends, because you're both morons.
Oh, they're so stupid, but in the best way possible. Like I don't have like $10 to my name, and 8 of those are in this burrito, and 2 of them are in the extra sour cream. Oh, I love
the plan as well. Oh my god, the plan to install a safe to then rob them, and like assuming that a burrito house has got a load of money, like a load of cash in general anyway, that's worth that safe looked expensive.
Oh yeah,
like,
they definitely spent more on the safe than they were going to get in the restaurant. But then just when they're trying to
they're
pull
in a
off
negative here.
Oh, for sure. But the action of trying to do the heist is one of my favorite. Yeah, I am the safe installer.
Yeah.
It's
Sure,
immediate,
no.
like the woman picks up the phone and you just say like the beeping of 911, which
Yeah.
I'm sure that she doesn't do that. It just does it
She's in
automatically.
Florida.
I
It's on
think.
speed dial.
Yeah, we're being robbed.
And just like the look on Pillboy's face when she says it, just like, what? No, I didn't. Oh,
I am
Jay,
the safe installer. He's like, yeah, he's coming to install a safe, fake mustache, golf ball hat.
And just him shouting into the safe, Jay, they're onto us. We got to get married now. I do forever.
Just,
I love
this is all old style
reasoning.
sitcom stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
Like, which is very funny given that this isn't a sitcom, and you know, like they're mining that kind of ridiculous Looney Tune-ish experience.
The reason behind that they have to get married as well is not so that they can't
Testify.
they can't test. That's the word. Thank you. They can't testify against each other, but that nobody can testify against them in his head. Like no one can testify against us if we're married.
And the thing is, like, so then we find out Jason died because, of course, there's no air holes in the safe.
Yeah.
Suffocated.
Pretty expensive safe.
Suffocated doing whippets, which is hysterical. But we're also not done with Jason there. We also have Jason in the good place getting found out for being Jason, which is
Oh my
also
God.
some amazing stuff.
When he starts administering the quiz to him, and like Michael almost having like a heart attack or something.
How he calls Michael Dad.
Dad, we gotta talk.
Did you have
And Janet is always correcting him as well. Like, we gotta tell you that not my father.
Yeah,
I'm not a woman.
yeah. I love you, girl. Not a girl.
Did you have stylized plates? Yes.
Personalized plates, Red Hot Chili Peppers. I love the chilies. I saw them like 8 times. And it's like, oh God, okay. And then just like the hand on his heart thing. He's like, how does that still work?
I just love that. Have you ever committed a serious crime? And oh yeah. It starts like, oh, then I stole Fleet's bass guitar. I guess that's another serious crime I should have mentioned in the first question. Jason is just, yeah, he's not great.
He's so innocent in his bad choices. I think that's what's so endearing about him.
But him and like Janet trying to explain their love to Michael is some of my favorite stuff in this. Like I keep talking about how like Janet becomes more and more one of my favorite characters. Now we're kind of in that realm of this is the version of Janet that I really love. But just like Jason trying to be very romantic in the ways only he can of she makes the bass drop of my heart. And Jason was a person who was near to me.
Yep.
Love you too, babe.
Oh, just written down somewhere.
Yeah, that one was
that's a good one.
That one had to stick around. That's basically everything in that episode I wanted to talk about. Is there anything else that we missed before we move on to to episode 12. I guess we should mention this is when Mark Evan Jackson. I keep writing Johnson in my notes. Jackson shows up as the judge. One of my favorite characters. Sean is absolutely incredible. He does.
Steve. Uh-oh.
Bryan just either unplugged his microphone or
Unplugged my
muted
microphone.
himself.
Unplugged my microphone, for sure.
Yep. I think like a summary part of this episode, the part of Eleanor trying to win people over, there's a lot of funny moments, but this is one of the few times I felt an episode kind of dragged a little bit. Which is it's a by degrees. It's like not a big deal, but this is the first time where I felt like there's some pumping of the brakes here.
I agree. I feel well, and it makes sense because their next one hits so hard, and then you have, of course, the finale. So
Sure.
I did expect this, but just it felt like they were kind of going through the motions of things. Like when she's sitting there holding the door, she goes, "How long do I have to do this for?" So it's just like, it's like they're grasping at straws to try to get some comic relief. It's still funny, but it's just like it doesn't last with you like it does for some other episodes.
Right.
Well, there's a couple of things that we've not actually talked about. So the whole point of why they have this party, they have like the sort of intervention talk, like, why do you hate Eleanor thing, is because she's trying to get her.
I mentioned that.
Perfect. Oh yeah,
I mentioned that right on the top.
Yeah, but it's also then the realization towards the end of like the points are just not moving because her motivation is not.
Oh, right.
As well.
Yeah.
So like. Then it's like, she just then changed her motivation when she gets all the points, but then she's kind of decided she's going to go to the bad place. And another thing that we've not mentioned is real Eleanor tells Chidi that she loves him. And then that puts Chidi in a bit of like I don't love you either.
Oh, was that in this episode? I thought that was
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
There's the eggs thing.
I love you too, egg. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Real Eleanor telling Chidi that she loves him, and just Chidi just like, oh, it's the best. I love that stuff. This episode's packed, and I also agree with Joel that it also drags a little. But I think
it's one of those weird things, isn't it? Because there's so much in it, but also at the same time, it's a bit like, I think it's because the A plot, as it were, with Eleanor trying to get a point, so it does kind of drag a little bit, because it's basically the same thing with just different locations.
Yeah.
There's the same thing as like, I'm trying to, earn some points here, and it's just like it's like little different dressing over the same kind of.
That's kind of what I was alluding to. Plus, I think too, it's almost like they are doing the last minute bit of character development before they drive it home. You're not going to get that with the next episode, because that's just a mirroring of what Eleanor is, and that kind of gets her to see that she doesn't want to stay in the middle place. So. I feel like they're just trying to stretch. I shouldn't say stretch. Get that last bit of character arc so they can ram everything home in the finale.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to, because you've got this episode, then you got the penultimate one, and then you've got the finale, which we will talk about that when we get to that, because that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, and it's a relativity thing, right? In the context of broader television, this is not slow.
Exactly. It's what we said, like way back when it was the Venture Brothers, like, whenever there was talk of like this is not really the best episode, but it is still an episode of the Venture Brothers, which puts it way above most other TV series out there. Like, for like a bad episode of The Good Place, for example, is still better than most.
I will throw out there
of other TV series.
Just for the argument of it all. People did drop off the first season when it aired, and I do blame episodes like this, because if you don't know where it's going, if you haven't figured that out yet, or if like you're just watching it naturally and it hadn't been spoiled for you, this is where it starts to feel like, okay, I think I get it. And like, do I need to keep watching this every week and watch them try to figure out how to say that? I think I'm okay. Like, you don't know that like this show will really earn your time by going like, oh, as soon as you think we're going to kind of exhaust a plot line, we're going to take a sharp left turn, and you don't need to worry about it anymore. And we haven't really learned that yet. You don't really learn that until you get to the finale, because even if you were kind of burnt out, even the mini St. Clair's thing could just be like they had to kill an episode, so they did a bottle episode in this other place. Like, you can't see the forest through the trees right now. Like, you can't see the full picture. So I could see how people could drop off.
The thing that comes from it is like you have to they're kind of saving that reveal for the finale. And then like even with 13 episodes in the first season, there's going to be some episodes that are kind of like you said, like a bottle episode, or an episode that's just kind of going through the motions a little bit, whilst it can be really funny, I can get why people would be watching it saying, "Yeah, I know what you're doing here."
Yeah, I get it. And then
this week's sort of like conundrum of how do we not get caught out and things like that.
And then the show really it never has that problem again after we get through it. And I don't really consider that big of a problem. But let's talk about the quote unquote, I'm being way too mean to it by calling it a bottle episode. I think Mindy St. Clair's is one of the best episodes of this season. I love this episode.
Wait, don't we have to do quotes?
No, we do quotes.
We do that at the end.
After.
Oh.
We do them both. We do the quotes at the end.
I thought we do them after every episode.
No, at the end of
no.
Ryan,
how many have we recorded so far?
And we're almost on the first season. We've been doing this for a while now, man.
And we've done more than Matt.
So.
Exactly.
You have done more than Matt.
My mistake.
Anyhow, episode 12, Mindy St. Clair's. We get we see, just like we did last week with watching how Jason died, we get the full picture of how Eleanor died this time without her body ping-ponging back around between the semis, as Michael described in the first episode, which is a little bit of a bummer. But we do get to see what she was like in her last moments before death, which were she was awful. She was just awful, but still very funny. Any big plans this weekend? Yep. One of my favorite, might be my favorite line of the episode. It is just amazing. But then she goes outside, she gets hit by the shopping carts, and there goes Eleanor. So needless to say, Eleanor, who had this great plan to throw herself into the bad place to sacrifice herself, has decided to go the other way and steal a train with Janet and Jason to go to the medium place. Place that no one has really ever been to. It's only for one person. And it's kind of a strange mixed bag of, I actually think it would be worse than, like, maybe not worse than torture. Like, let's not be crazy, but the medium place it's on the negative side of medium to me.
You only have Cannonball Run 2 or the making of Cannonball
Run 2.
Watch for eternity.
Yeah, very medium.
I just think the isolation, like it caused her to clearly go a little loopy.
Oh yeah, like
during the whole thing. Not that she wasn't a little off kilter in the first place, as we find out, but yeah.
I mean, that would be the cocaine.
There's that. There's the lukewarm beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's her favorite beer.
Yeah. But no cocaine. Like, why wouldn't?
Yeah, why not? Like just give her
middle.
Give her weed. Like, what's
the medium cocaine?
Yeah, like what's
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
the original recipe of Coca-Cola that had a little bit of cocaine in it.
That was the answer right there. That would have been. I'm sure Coke never would have agreed to it, so they never would have done it. But that would have been the answer. That would have been funny.
Yeah, they tried to keep that quiet, don't they? Really.
Mm-hmm. But I also, like, just throwing it out there, I love Mindy St. Clair. I think she's an absolutely fascinating character. I love the entire design of her. Like, you were awful, but then in your last moments on Earth, you did something incredible, and you mostly got there.
Well, that's what's quite funny. Is like
they're just trying to hash it out and argue.
She just started to change, and that's the funny thing is, like, she did genuinely start to change because she went and withdrew the money, set up the foundation, then got hit by a train. And electrocuted on the third rail. But then her family or her sister picked up the plans and followed it through, and it did all this great stuff. And then that is the ultimate sort of conundrum. It's like, is that because of her? Like, does she deserve all that goodwill, or are we just judging on what happened while she was alive? And I think that's
how they went to the medium place.
And that's where they end up on the medium place. Like,
yeah, because I think the math is like, intentions are good, but execution is more important.
Right.
So it's like she set things up, but the question would be, if she stayed alive, would she really follow through with all those plans, or is it because her sister took the baton in her memory?
I suppose it depends how much cocaine she had left.
Yeah, that's
she's still powered by cocaine. Probably would have followed through.
Oh man. But I love the welcome video they get. We're jumping over something I need to get back to in a moment, but I love the welcome video to the medium place with the good place person and then Trevor.
Yeah.
Look, I think we still should have gotten you. So we threw in some bad stuff too, and all of his bad stuff is great. But just Trevor in general, just like, hey, what's up, girl? You pregnant?
And the good place person is just like, oh. So creeped out by him, as she should be.
He's
very, very creepy.
He's awful. But the stuff that I kind of skipped over is I love them arriving in the medium place area just on the train, and Janet having to deal with not having her superpowers anymore. Like, oh, we have to walk. I've never walked before. It's awful. I don't like it.
Well, that's like she gets really excited about walking, and then like 2 seconds later, it's like, I don't like it. This is stupid.
They find the house and she's just standing out there gardening naked.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, why?
Because nobody's there. Why does it matter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although that also doesn't
like
feel very
that.
medium to me. Like I feel like it should be like you can garden, but it's always clouding. Your stuff isn't going to grow very well.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they're.
I mean,
But
it
there's
didn't
always like
seem
a
like a
wasp
very good
that's
guard.
hovering around you.
Yeah,
It never stings you; it just hovers around you.
it's
Yep.
just annoying enough. Yeah, like,
Just under the constant guise of threat. Yeah.
Right.
which eventually
a
would
giant
become
wasp.
torture. So does that work? I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a medium place thing. Like all these things are such mild things, but I feel like to be like the water drop torture on your head where it keeps on just like planting until you're just gonna lose your marbles.
Yeah, that would be me in the medium place. I would go nuts. Like I don't know what my medium place would be. I'd be like, yeah, you can play any video game you want, but it's on Xbox. Oh, for fuck's sake. Hey,
One of those things like you can read any book you want, but the last 50 pages are missing.
Right.
I
I
mean,
mean,
like every third page is gone. Look at the
Yeah.
why?
You can't read any books. You can just read the clip notes of the book.
it's the way they introduce the medium place. Like we're sitting here talking about like what it's just so like seeing Eleanor experience it for the first time is I think what's really driving home to the point. Like it's not that much better than the good place. My favorite is when she drinks the beer. Oh, lukewarm beer.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I mean, it's interesting to see her experience it, whereas it's Mindy St. Clair. Like she has her own set schedule, and I think that that's really important to hear because, like in her medium place, like she has gotten to the point where it's mundane. It's
Yeah.
just and to me, that's the bad place. Just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
So it's all about how you look at it.
Something about Minnie St. Clair. Oh, it's time to don't masturbate.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but
Yeah,
I'll,
that's like-
I'll let Joel
it's
bring
like,
that
this-
up.
You are.
Well, this is my masturbation time now.
Yeah,
just her-
like, dude,
Eleanor's response is so good. It's my masturbation time. When is it not?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
what I like about that is like she's not even that bothered that there are people there as well.
There.
She's just like, well, this is my time for masturbation. You can either stick around or not.
You're here. And then I'm very curious about her masturbation, which is something to say, but what is she doing? Like I guess she's warming up her fingers, but she's doing,
Limbering up.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
the,
she's really
we
getting
don't know
ready
how
for
long
it.
she's going to be doing it for.
No.
Like,
And I don't know her routine, so you know what? I apologize. I should get back in my lane.
maybe she's going to fist herself and then open the hand. I don't know.
See, that's why I said get back in my lane. I didn't want it to go there.
Yeah, know how I called you a gaping hole in a prior episode?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all.
Anyhow, while they're in Mindy St. Clair's, we have Sean the Judge back in the good place, and poor Chidi and Tahani having to deal with him. Sean the Judge is
and
an
his
absolute
cocoon.
amazing
his
character. Like, I love Mark Evan Jackson. If you guys have not watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, he plays Holt's husband, and he is just
So good.
absolutely hysterical in that show. And
Mm.
he's
He's
absolutely
got
hysterical in
he's
this
got
one.
the deadpan delivery of like like Leslie Nielsen in Airplane and that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. It's so good. Like it just everything's delivered with this kind of deadpan sincerity. Even like it could be the most insane statement ever, but it's just delivered so straight. It makes it like twice as funny than the actual line itself would be.
Like he every line he has in this, you can almost play as a joke. Like he's just very, very funny throughout it all. And just the slight gimmick of he only deals in cold, hard facts, no emotion. As soon as you express any emotion, he zips up into a big green cocoon.
Yeah.
It is like it's such a good gag. Like, and it never gets old. Like even with he comes out, finally, zip. What did you just say? Like,
Or the fact that they started by pleading their case with emotion, and then their second try, it's like it's the same thing they're saying, but they're just the most monotone, dry thing to trying to convey the emotion in a way that won't cause him to shrivel up and die in his cocoon again.
And
Eleanor has dedicated her existence to the study of ethics. I have noticed massive. Like, it's just
but like,
so good.
Which one? I'm trying to remember. Is it Chidi or Michael who's like, I'm sorry, I got a little emotional there for a moment.
Yeah, it was Michael when he's
Was it
sitting there.
Michael? Yeah. Look, I love it.
You cannot show any type of emotion. I'm sorry, I got a little emotion there.
But while they're going through this, they're going through Eleanor's time on Earth to try to figure out like if she deserved to be there. And we get some more. There's just like amazing flashbacks.
Oh my god!
The office party for her birthday is just great. When they show up with the birthday cake and she turns around with her own cake.
Yeah.
I just love that she doesn't give a shit about office birthdays, but she still wants to eat cake in the office on her birthday.
Yeah, she doesn't want them.
Kind of
she doesn't
annoys
want
me a
them
little bit,
to
though.
create a cake that she won't like, and then also feel obligated to participate in the next one.
And still insults them for their hats at the same time. Like,
yeah,
one of those dumb hats you all are wearing right now.
Well, that one guy just like slowly takes it off, which is sad.
There was one thing that annoys me a little bit about that though, is because we've in an earlier episode we've seen her asking that same boss. You don't do any like get-togethers or stuff like hangouts or anything like that. It's like, oh no, we. But then the doing like the birthday stuff in the office.
He lied.
And it just kind of
he lied.
I don't think he lied. I think he's not invited. I think other people still do it, and he just sucks.
Because you remember what? But do you remember what he says to the lady as they're walking away from Eleanor?
Yeah.
So I mean, that shows that he's kind of creepy as a boss.
Yeah, he's just awful. So like they might do it, and he's just not invited because he sucks.
I do like that. It's like, you're my boss. I'll say that again, but be more disgusted with me.
Yep.
Like I'm a worm.
Oh, that was definitely one of my potentials for
this one.
Oh, that whole interchange got written down.
That whole interchange.
That one was a good one.
That was I paused this episode and went back to right.
But I also love the Eleanor crashing the quinceanera. Like, this isn't your bat mitzvah anymore.
Yeah.
It's my 24th birthday.
And he gets her right in the face. Just blasts her with the air horn.
And I just love that she calls it a bat mitzvah. And then like they cut back to the judge. Like, so that was the interruption and subsequent destruction of the quinceanera.
Going back
very different things.
Going back to the part where they're trying to just do their broader review with the judge. Mm-hmm. He says something like, "Where should we begin? Waiters screamed at or cyberbullying?" Yeah. And it's like cyberbullying like a pregnant woman.
Yeah,
like that.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you look at the screen of all the different things, like there's some hilarious ones in there. I can't remember the one off the top of my head.
Oh, I didn't pause it this time. I meant to go back and look at it.
Yeah, it really mirrors the whole like these are why you're in the good place or what things grant you good place points. The kind of small minute details that you would have to pause the show in order to get the full grasp of it.
I'm gonna go see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah, which I really want to go back and do at some point. So if Ryan does that, great.
Yourselves.
So I also like when this whole scene's going on and like he's like, "Oh, I've reached my verdict."
Okay, so there's a reason why I do what I do. I actually leave these moments up so I can talk about them.
Did you have it paused already?
I have it paused. Roommate dry cleaning incident showed a 9-year-old child The Shining. That was
okay. All right.
That was it.
Why is Eleanor hanging out with a 9-year-old?
I don't know, but it was funny.
Well, she probably babysitted for someone once.
Yeah, just once. Never again.
She showed the child The Shining. Never again.
Yeah, so there's some funny ones on there.
Anyhow, so Sean's going through everything. He's like, I've reached my verdict. Oh, I forgot you guys wanted to hear it. I forgot how needy humans are. Slight dig. And he's going through like Eleanor's a bad place. She's a bad person who did this. And as far as Jason Mendoza, I've heard nothing to the contrary. And he's from Florida. He's supposed to be the bad place.
Yep.
So I'm gonna take us a quick moment. Hey, Matt, not being from America, what is the outside America opinion of Florida? Is it as bad as our own opinion of Florida?
Yeah, we know about Florida Man. Like, we know the Florida Man meme. Like, you put in Florida Man on your date of birth, and it's like there's a news report about like, some wacky shit that some dude from Florida did.
Okay.
Yeah, we all know that it's a shithole.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Good.
us. USA. Oof.
For
I
what
mean,
it's
we
worth.
know that the whole of the USA is a bit of a shithole. To be fair,
There we go. That's more like it.
For what it's worth, if you see chat, that's pretty much what most of us think about Florida too.
We drove down to
For
Disney
some reason,
World.
it didn't want to do a GIF. So.
Oh, I got it. Yep.
We drove down to Florida, and I can't tell you how fast we drove trying to get out of Florida. Disney World was fine. Everything was just getting there and getting out. Cool.
Really, the border is the most fun part about it because it'll have like 30 miles to this biggest orange orchard, or we sell fresh oranges. And
I thought you were going to say orgy then, like the way you were saying orange.
I think that's more southern Florida.
Yeah, maybe.
But
The further south you go, the bigger the orgy.
and the grosser the orgy.
and the older the orgy.
God.
However, the more realistic the orgy is, the older
No!
they go. I'm just saying, man. Old people like to get down too.
I mean, the further south you go, the more the orgy just looks like a pile of leather coats.
And we're done. We've lost all our viewers. It's over.
Yep, they're gone.
Please
The only-
leave a 5-star review rating for this podcast.
What did we? There's something.
Please
I think
like
we
and
missed
subscribe.
I feel like we missed something in the end. What did we miss in the end? Like we got the.
Well, there's it initiates two-way radio on
Oh, right.
Janet.
Yeah.
And then
he
he
speaks
puts
in her
the-
mouth. I thought that was
Yeah.
weird.
And then
And then he
Eleanor fighting
basically-
with Jason to
to go
convince him
back.
to come back.
and we
you
get
know.
the
Yeah, because
the-
Jason tries to blow up the train with the
the Molotov
Molotov
cocktail.
cocktail.
the Molotov cocktail
Bounce
that just
off.
bounces off. It just
But
makes
no,
that little.
Portals.
But should we talk
Portals.
about? We didn't talk about. We talked about the birthday cakes, but we didn't talk about why Eleanor is the way she is. And she goes, "Let me tell you about my
Yes.
parents."
Oh yeah, the parents. I
That-
do have
that's
Oh,
this.
is that this episode?
I'm
Or-
fairly
I think it is.
They're on the train.
Yeah, they're on the
Oh
train.
yeah,
when she gets
they are. Yeah.
when she gets the emancipation for her birthday thing, and her mom's like, "You're really interesting. We should hang out."
I love her mom. She's on a lot of Ryan Murphy shows, and
She
she's
is.
great. at whatever she
She's a
does.
treasure, man. She
She's
is
good at
so
whatever she does.
so good. She's one of my favorite things in American Horror Story. Whenever she pops
Yeah.
up, she's great. And she's
Not
great
as
visual.
Eleanor's mom.
Oh,
Eleanor's
she's
mom is
so
not.
She's
good as
horrible.
Eleanor's mom. She's a terrible person. She's
terrible.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That, like Eleanor's mom is not. Right.
She's good at being an actress and in that role she nailed it.
Yeah.
They do such a great job with
we
that
should,
scene.
we
of-
should go out and talk sometimes. Like after she signed the paper, we should go out sometime.
you know, there's a lot of funny lines in that, but it felt emotionally resonant.
It really
and,
did. Like it really
and
felt
the
important.
humor is second fiddle to this
Yeah.
just sad story about a child who is
neglected.
not given a chance.
Yeah.
And you're responsible for your own actions, but it's like when you poison the well, that early, you're leading yourself for failure, right?
She was
Yeah, I mean,
on
she's
her
like-
own from at least 16. Like,
Well,
if not
I would say
well
like I
before.
think we're
Yeah.
supposed to believe that she's about 13 and maybe at that
I think
point.
younger, yeah, like 13.
Oh, I thought she was 16 because I thought she could drive. I thought that's why she was waiting for her 16th birthday to do it on the 16th birthday. I thought there was that line in there. I could be wrong.
I don't know.
I could just be making that up because it made sense in my head. But
I mean,
that's-
I'm sure that like there's 13-year-olds out there that can drive. Maybe not legally, but I'm sure they can drive.
well, yeah, but
Mhm.
I thought she was waiting for 16. I don't remember why I thought that, but I thought that was in there. I could be wrong. But yeah, I exactly what Joel said. It's a very, very funny scene. But like this show has shown many times now, it can do funny with a real punch of heart, and
Yeah.
this one does.
in a subtle way.
I mean, cards on the table. When we get to the series finale of this thing, it's one of the very few that can get me to tear up, and has on different watching occasions, which is, I guess, it depends on where I'm at. But yeah, no, this show can really bring it. It also has really great lines, so I think we should talk about those. I'm gonna go first with quotes, so I can go last because I like going first and last, and that way Ryan can get everything he wants. For episode 1, I have to go with the hiya. I'm a safe installer. Please appoint to me where you keep the guacamole. I mean money, so I can install it in that place. Fucking great, like just absolutely great.
I love how you're
Well,
just
it's caps off those that-
Sure, no.
It's capped off though with just the one picture that goes, "Yeah, we're being robbed."
I love that he mixes up guacamole and money. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so damn funny. But yeah, that's my first one. So we're gonna go in the circle this week. This means Joel's going last. Ryan, what do you got? I mean, my God, Matt, what do you got? I'm looking at Ryan. I'm saying Matt. This doesn't mean anything to any of you. I'm just
because we're
pointing at the
all
wrong
wearing
person.
glasses and it just are you glassesist? Like, is that you just
No.
confused us? I'm just
Well, it
kidding.
could have been. We're all wearing glasses.
I
So
know.
like,
I mean, I
No.
guess you can be glasses to dents yourself.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, yeah. I'm just like I'm
It's a
pointing
self-
at Matt
it's
and
a
saying
self-hating
Ryan. And
glassist.
it's
Yeah.
my brain broke for a second. Matt, go with your quotes. Quote, just one.
oh, I have many.
I know.
We know.
I was flying on the second day, and when you caused the trash storm, I crashed into a rotting turkey carcass, and it exploded. Oh dear. And all this cartilage and bone got tangled up in my hair, and its skin was all over my skin. I didn't know where I ended and the turkey carcass began. Well, if it makes you feel any better, your skin looks amazing.
Oh, all right.
Okay. So it's when they're talking to Jason, and this is actually pretty like it's all about how you look at things. But Michael is just making sure he's got this right, and he goes, "I just want to make sure I have this right." Jianyu is not a Taiwanese monk, but rather someone named Jason Mendoza, a failed DJ from Jacksonville, Florida. I wasn't a failed DJ. I was pretty successful. It's all about how you look at things, kids.
Oh, I love you, Jason.
I'm start using that from now on. I'm a pre-successful writer.
Yep.
Never change. All right, Joel, you get to do both of yours.
Well, Ryan took my line.
Oh,
so I need to think
yes!
about another 11.
I mean,
It's such a good one.
It is.
It's so
I'm
quick.
just gonna throw it out there. You've stolen so many of Ryan's lines.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice that it happened to you.
I know the tally's still in my favor. But I don't like the taste of crow. That's all I'm saying. There's still a lot of good ones here. This isn't a line, but I love you too, A, just up there. This will be the 4th most important party I've ever thrown.
What were the first 3?
Yeah, more important than saving the eternal soul of another person.
Yeah. I had a second line for that episode though, which I've just noticed, and I can't not say it. It's Michael to Jason. This is the good place. We don't put people in jail. It's just a room where you have been put as a form of punishment, and from which there is no exit.
Oops.
Okay, so my number 12 quote. I could pull a Matt and do the whole diatribe, but I'll pare it down to the funniest part. This is the part where Trevor and Beatty are going back between the good and bad of the medium place. And I say this as a fan of this band and will defend them. On your jukebox, you'll find every song ever sung. Yeah, by the Eagles, and it's only the live versions. Also, there's some spoken word poetry from William Shatner. It's deeply terrible.
All right. So
I wonder what the Eagles thought. Like, if anyone from the Eagles watched that episode and just saw that part and went, "Oh, damn it."
Mine is when Tahani and Chidi have accepted their fate. And it's right before Eleanor comes in. He goes, "I'm gonna miss these little perks when I'm down at the bad place. Being forced to wear a knockoff handbag and drink tap water." And Chidi goes, "That's what you think hell is?"
I know I can't believe we overlooked Janet and Jason's feeble attempts to have sex.
Oh my God! Why
Oh my
did I
God,
talk about
yeah, we
that?
did.
Oh, that is disappointing.
My favorite is
The
the pictures of the
diagrams.
mantle place.
Yes.
And then they leave, and he runs back and grabs one.
And the one he grabbed made no sense.
No.
We
Most
tried
of
for
them
2
made no
hours,
sense.
but it was just a lot of bumping into each other. It was weird.
Just the fact that she's always just so cool with it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
She's a helper.
She is. All right,
Matt,
Matt.
you're up.
Love cocaine. Do you have any? I'm just I should no. Do you? No. Oh yeah. I mean, I was just kidding. It was a joke. I mean, who would want to do cocaine right now?
That is a joke thread where they tread the line from funny to annoying and just like toe it, but don't cross it.
Yeah, just close enough. So my lines have been taken, and I'm okay with that. So I'm gonna go with one that I just found on IMDb. The ones that I wrote down are all gone now. But it's actually one that we mentioned already, and I just because it sparked a fun conversation, I enjoy it. Instead of reading, I will watch this VHS copy of Cannonball Run 2 or The Making of Cannonball Run 2. Wow. Very medium.
Okay, so who here has seen Cannonball Run 2?
I've not seen it, no.
I have.
Matt?
I don't think I've seen the second one.
I don't think
I
I've seen the
vaguely
first one.
remember watching the third one, which
There's
is
a third
weird.
one?
Yeah.
I've never
there's
seen any
there's
Cannonball Run.
I think there's like 5 of them.
I mean, so at least once it'd be entertaining for me, but every time after that, man.
I think the first Cannonball Run film is the first American film that Jackie Chan was in.
Really?
Yeah. I think so.
Interesting.
What movie would be your medium place movie?
Oof. Medium place movie, Force Awakens.
You know, that's not a bad choice.
Yep. It reminds you of things you love, but it also sucks.
Yeah.
Stop defending
Yeah.
it. It sucks.
I'm surprised no one
bad.
took. I'm surprised no one took the WrestleMania line.
I'm just not a WrestleMania guy, so I don't even remember that line.
I drove
was
here
out
as
that
fast as I could. You scored free WrestleMania tickets. There are no tickets, Mom. I knew
Oh.
that was the only way I could get you here. And Dad goes, "Ha burn."
They're terrible. All right. I think we should do a quick round of plugs so we can say goodbye to this thing. Unless anybody else has a medium place movie. I like that question.
Medium place movie.
While you all think, I've got us another line for the for episode. For
What?
chapter
Matt has
12 as
more
well.
lines? Ryan, get
I know, right? This never happens. You must be tired. I've been a sleeping goo for the last 29 years,
That's
so I'm good.
Seriously, Mark Evan Jackson. He's the best.
I think mine would be the theatrical versions of Lord of the Rings,
Oof.
which are, they're still great movies, right? But I'm so used to the extended stuff that it'd be like, that's missing. That's not right.
See,
Oh,
and now
that's a bummer.
I think because you said that, you'd end up with the Hobbit trilogy.
Yeah.
That's a good choice, actually. That
Yeah.
is. I didn't like that.
I think
first
mine is Jaws 4.
one. I didn't see any of the other two after. Which
Really?
is a bummer,
Yeah.
because The Hobbit's great. It's a great book.
Yeah, it is. Those movies are not great. Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd end up with the Hobbit trilogy. It
Yeah.
reminds you of Lord of the Rings. You know.
The Hobbit extended. Get ready to live.
Oh.
Rated R. Third movie that's
You know, the sad part
deserve an
is
R rating.
I own a copy of the trilogy of The Hobbit, because I thought to myself, like, one day I'll probably be bored enough to watch
Extended
it.
or not?
It's collect. I don't know. It's in there collecting dust.
All right, we need to do plugs. Let's do plugs.
I'm still trying to think of my medium place movie, really.
Well, that would be your plug when
Jaws.
you get to it.
Mine would be Jaws 4.
Jaws 4. Okay. I mean, it's
'Cause
Jaws.
I just love the series, but the fourth one is just so bad. Like, I know it's bad, but
I'm trying to think of like now. I'm trying to think of, if I was a guy from The Bad Place. I'm like, all right, if that's what he wants. He gets Halloween 6. He still loves Halloween, but you only get
I'll
6.
watch it as long as
But this is my problem. I keep having to think of a medium place. Like everything that keeps coming to mind is like that's a bad place. And like Hobbs and Shaw, for example, that's a bad place film.
Yeah, you get like Fast and Furious
4.
like 4. There you go. Oh, reminds
No,
me
that's
of
my
the
bad place.
Nah,
It's
pretty
mediocre.
medium. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this show ATH Network. Be sure to check out athpod.com. I'm done. Joel.
I guess for me,
Super
Die
GG
Hard
rate.
4.
Afterthoughts podcast. We got Flowers for Algernon live. We are going to do an episode on the movies because they're terrible. And then we are ready now to start recording Return of the King. So look forward to that. Super GG Radio's video game podcast about pre-release games. Gamer recommendation of the day, Stacklands.
Stacklands.
Give Stacklands a look.
Okay.
Yeah.
So far, I've tried every one of your recommendations, and you've been pretty spot on, which is not great for my wallet, but it's great for my gaming. So I appreciate that.
Anytime.
Ryan?
You can catch me on Front Row Network, where I do various movie reviews. Still on the hiatus for Front Row Flashbacks, but catch us sometime soon.
Cool. And Matt, you said your medium place movie was
Die Hard 4, I think.
gross.
Yeah. The only one that I can think of. It's still kind of a bad place. It's still kind of a bad place.
Kevin Smith is in that movie. Definitely medium.
I like Die Hard 4 because Timothy Oliphant, man, that
But
guy.
you don't love it.
I don't love it.
There you
But-
go. All right,
It's
bye.
not a Die Hard
Bye.
film. Bye.
Bye.
Go fuck yourself.
There we go.